Sharon Donaldson, welcome to Profile.
Thank you, sir. I'm looking forward to it.
So let's talk a little bit about your journey, which is what this program is all about. So I've always said, from my perspective, I know you as a giant in netball administration in particular, but you've worked in a variety of different kinds of fields, in a variety of different kind of roles. You've been a teacher, you are a chartered accountant, and are a teacher. You've worked in various different kinds of companies. When you look back at that journey that has led you here as CEO of the General Accident Insurance Company, how do you feel about the journey?
I would say feel very blessed and very privileged. Very excited about everything that happened along the way, and never thought that I would probably ever get to the head of being a group company, but I think it just goes to show that if you actually work very hard and be in the right place at the right time and do everything that you're supposed to do properly, be professional, have a good heart, chances are you'll probably enjoy some really lofty heights.
Where does that work ethic come from? And I ask that in the context of how you grew up in Lucé, Hanover.
Yes, I was born in a quaint little village that I'm sure half this world don't know anything about, called Woodchurch, and it's right just outside of Kingsvale on the way to Grange Hill, Savlamar from Lucé. And I've had, my parents are actually farming parents. So my dad had 24 acres of farmland. He was a pimento farmer, and my mom a dressmaker. And working on the farm meant you had to be disciplined. I woke up
get up early.
Yes, we have to get up early. I woke up listening to my mother sewing on the machine. I went to bed with her sewing. I get up early in the morning. Dad was gone and came back pretty late. So there was all this discipline about working hard. So it wasn't difficult for me once I got into the corporate world to work hard, because that's all I actually know.
Were they also telling you about the value of hard work, or were they demonstrating it through what they were actually doing?
Oh yes, they tell you. And if you did not come up to scratch, then you probably feel it in some different kinds of ways. But yes, they made sure that you understand from very early that the only way to reach to these heights was to be honest and work really, really hard. And they stressed the importance of education. So from a very, very early age, we were told that we had to learn to, read and write, do well in school. My mom was a great reader. And so as early as I could remember, we joined the parish library in Lucé, and my sister and I went to what we call story hour with the librarian. And so books was pretty important to her and us.
Now, high school, let's talk about that. Rossi's High School.
Yes, the best high school ever.
What is that journey like?
Very, very exciting and lots of fun. It was a much smaller school than it actually is now. And so I would say you knew every single one that was in school, from first form all the way to sixth form. So I had great fun. It started out as a boarding school with just us who lived in a town, were the day students, but it was a massive boarding school for a while, and then eventually it was not a boarding school anymore, but it was very a traditional grammar school. In fact, in the first year of high school, I actually learned Latin because it had a Latin lab. Yeah. Don't ask me anything about it because I don't remember. Yeah.
You're a science student.
I started out as a science student, so I did chemistry and A-level biology and physics and all those kinds of things because I wanted, at the time, I thought I would probably do something in medicine. I was pretty good at geography, and I also thought I'd probably do something in geography. But I loved sports. So I played netball for overseas, and we were the country champion for quite a while. And so one of my ambitions was simply to play netball for Jamaica. I also used to do track. So Merlin Ati and I went to school just run about the same time. And although she was a sprinter, I was doing 800 meters. I thought I was good until I came to Kingston. Then when I entered the 800 meters, you know, when you go to the stadium and you kind of, the competitor where they have to clap to get them around, that was me. Totally last behind everybody else. Although she was such an excellent sprinter for Jamaica. So I gave up the track after a while and focused my attention in trying to play netball for Jamaica.
And that was part of the reason going to the University of Technology. It was a College of Arts, Science and Technology at the time.
Right. So after I left sixth form, with my qualifications, I applied to just about everywhere and qualified to get into university, JSA, Teachers College, because my mom says, you're going to university. So I then discovered when I got into Kingston that the coach for the national team taught at CAST at the time. So I switched. My parents didn't know. So I switched from the day student of UWI to the evening student of UWI and went to CAST in the days. And then I decided, I'm really not really interested in going to CAST. I just want to get into school there. So I chose business. And the rest is history.
Explain to me how the two things fit together, because here you were, certain trajectory. You talked about science, you talked about medicine.
Yes, didn't do that.
About netball.
Yes, didn't do that at all. Went to university and decided I was going to do a first degree in geography. Because when I did A-levels, I got a 1 in geography and I was pretty good at it. So I decided I was going to do something and possibly teach. But then because I wanted to be on a netball team for Jamaica, I decided I'm going to go to the school where the coach is teaching. And so I looked for a department because I never had any real interest in anything that was there. So I looked for a department and said, well, why not business? So then I decided to go to the department, they call it Technical Education Department at the time.
You made this decision just on the go?
Just on the go, because I wanted to go play netball for Jamaica. And if the coach is there and I made that netball team for the school, then chances are she'll invite me to come and join the national squad. Because I had this dream of going to Australia and New Zealand and being a national player.
All right, we're going to have to take the break, because I want to explore that dream at a time when, and even now, when track and field is, in a sense, the thing that everybody wants to do, especially sprinting. But we'll get back to that after the break. My guest is the CEO and Managing Director of General Accident Insurance Company, Sharon Donaldson. Profile is back with you after these messages.